From dragon's lair to wizard's keep, we journey far where shadows creep. With magic's might and fearless cheer, we'll conquer all, no foe we fear. Heave-ho, me hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands, enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. So join us now on this epic quest for treasure, adventure, and glory's crest. With stars above and the seas below, our pirate saga's about to unfold. The sails are high and the winds do blow, where pirates moan with hearts aglow. In a fantasy world where legends go, we seek our treasure in the realms below. Heave-ho, me hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands, enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. From dragon's lair to wizard's keep, we journey far where shadows creep. With magic's might and fearless cheer, we'll conquer all, no foe we fear. Heave-ho, me hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands, enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. So join us now on this epic quest for treasure, adventure, and glory's crest. With stars above and the seas below, our pirate saga's about to unfold. The sails are high and the winds do blow, where pirates moan with hearts aglow. In a fantasy world where legends grow, we seek our treasure in the realms below. Heave-ho, me hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands, enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. From dragon's lair to wizard's keep, we journey far where shadows creep. With magic's might and fearless cheer, we'll conquer all, no foe we fear. Heave-ho, me hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands, enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. So join us now on this epic quest for treasure, adventure, and glory's crest. With stars above and the seas below, our pirate saga's about to unfold. The sails are high and the winds do blow, where pirates moan with hearts aglow. In a fantasy world where legends grow, we seek our treasure in the realms below. Heave-ho, me hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands, enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. From dragon's lair to wizard's keep, we journey far where shadows creep. With magic's might and fearless cheer, we'll conquer all, no foe we fear. Heave-ho, me hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands, enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. So join us now on this epic quest for treasure, adventure, and glory's crest. With stars above and the seas below, our pirate saga's about to unfold. From dragon's lair to wizard's keep, we journey far where shadows creep. With magic's might and fearless cheer, we'll conquer all, no foe we fear. He-ho, me hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands and enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. So join us now on this epic quest for treasure, adventure, and glory's crest. With stars above and the seas below, our pirate saga's about to unfold.
We didn't get much of anywhere because the system crashed.
Sure.
Crashed right away.
Who nodded
That
their
I
mind?
remember.
That is exactly what happened last week, and I'm hoping does not happen this week, or I'm buying Starlink.
Starlink is not that great. I don't understand why people. Well, I guess if you're out in the boonies or something, it's good.
I mean, no satellite internet. It's great, but yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 14, part 2. Whatever. Because last week my internet crashed, it was an outage. Yeah, that was a bummer. But anyway, we are here with the full assortment of crew this time. Part of me thinks that maybe Mega was doxing me last week just so he could be here for all of this, but you know, whatever. It is what it is.
He was lag switching you.
Never set sail without your first mate.
Yeah, blew up a node somewhere around me, probably. Yeah, no, we are here, and I'm excited to get the Mischief's Maiden out to sea and to see what these guys get up to. And okay, why are we complaining? Well,
Because they want to drive the ship.
we already have a dog on board, but
One dog's enough.
yeah. But before we do all that, let's see how everybody's doing on this wonderful Tuesday. And you know what? We'll start with the gentleman who was not here this week. Mega, how are you today?
Doing absolutely fantastic. Ready to do some pirate things, get into some danger, find some plunder, and maybe some whores.
Nice. Well, that all is aplenty in the open seas of the Shackles. So, yeah, we'll get some of that stuff going for you. And Biggles, how are you?
I'm good. I want to drive the ship, man, or sail the ship, like doing U-turns and shit. Club hauling, as it's called.
Yeah.
Like e-brake shit, that shit. So we can e-brake and then swing the cannons around and pew, pew, you know? I'm ready.
That'll be ship combat can be quite interesting if especially if multiple ships are involved. So we'll see how well you can maneuver all of that here. JT, how are you?
Absolutely amazing.
Excuse me, the
Oh.
hiccup. No,
I don't know.
but yeah, thank you. Glad to hear it.
I'm
and
down
Moss.
to put my blade through someone or 50 someone's or
There you go. That's the spirit.
And Captain, how are you this evening?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to play for the second time on a ship in the middle of the ocean this week.
Yeah. What was?
what's the
Oh
first
yeah. Here's Vage.
Yeah. Sunday
It's
we
like-
had a recording session.
one?
It's like that episode hasn't come out yet. I don't know what you're talking about now.
Nope. This is for future audiences who
Yeah,
might come
yeah.
back and watch this show and coincidentally go and watch the episode that we filmed this week at the same time. So it's a very
So-
slim chance, but somebody out there, it might take a long time, but somebody out there might get the connection. Like, wait a minute.
Eventually, that's right.
Yes.
It'll happen, and then they'll leave a comment on both videos saying spoilers free. It'll be fantastic.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Hey,
Don't worry,
I-
40 Viking. It's not really a spoiler, but you know, I mean, I think we're on a boat in the one that was released yesterday, right? Or at least we started our voyage.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
on a boat.
ho.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
couldn't find a place
you
to
guys made the
anchor.
entire voyage last time.
All right, okay, perfect. Yeah, awesome.
I say we get 2 doubloons today because we were here last week, and then it cut off. We should get 2.
I'm good with
I
that.
like how you think.
Well, if
fair.
that's the
Let's
case, then
fair.
Mega should only get 1 because he wasn't here. Fuck him.
I was here in spirit and I was in the chat. That
Biggles,
counts.
have you considered going to law school and being a lawyer? Because
I did, but they said I'd have to go to school for more years, and the first 7 was bad enough because I was drunk every day and I never made it to class.
did you
You're like
did you,
a
did you
you're
guys
like
know
a great
Van
that
deal.
Wilder.
do you guys know that the only thing that literally the only thing that California's got going for it is the fact that you can be a lawyer by only passing the bar. You do not have to have a law degree.
nice. Well, Biggles is a
Interesting.
idiot savant, and that's why we love him.
Yes.
Somebody should have told the guy from Suits that.
Right.
Yeah, he should have got his degree or he should have just passed the bar in
He can only
California.
practice in California, though, I believe, if he got it there.
That's
Oh,
just
4D.
fate worse than death.
4D Vikings several episodes behind on Fear. Well, I tell you what.
Oh, you done fucked it up, Moss.
Don't go watch it now because we're on right now, but go watch it later.
Exactly.
Then you can make.
I wonder
fun of
if
Patreon you want.
Let's see.
Wayne
And
is
check
here.
out the Patreon for Dragon's Tavern. Find the videos there as well.
Yes, I do
Boom.
have to update that. I forgot. I haven't.
I really
I've been
need to.
horrible at
I don't
keeping that
trust
up.
Patreon, or I would make one.
I mean, all of those places are going to take a little bit from you.
No, I'm not afraid of that. I'm afraid they'll PayPal me like they did a lot of other people.
Well,
I have a Patreon with no people. I'm very proud.
So
of
you were
myself.
about to give us 2 doubloons, I think, is where.
yes,
we left
I
off.
I will honor that. That is good negotiating tactics. Very sneaky, very piratey of you. As 2 doubloons for the session.
Oh, we
Brilliant.
are.
Due to the... Well, you might need them. I mean, we're definitely going to see some ship combat because this will go mostly for Mega in the Pirate's Life. There's a whole couple things about battling ship-to-ship combat.
Yep, I'm looking at
Yeah.
it now.
Mhm.
Yep, ship positions I've put elsewhere too, but it'll kind of give you an idea of what you can do. And then yeah, so effectively, a couple things. I don't know if I laid it out. Oh wait, yeah, it's right there. Okay, so yeah, all the stuff for your guys' ship. If the weapon placement doesn't make sense, it's just saying that in the parentheses is how many weapons you can have on that part of the ship, and then the weapons that you do have at the moment, and so on and so forth. If anything, effectively, because it was really weird how they translated some of this stuff to 2nd edition. Like the light catapult and the light cannon say it takes two actions to fully load it. I think that was really dumb. So anything that has, it would take into another round. It's just going to be a full round action to load. Because I'm taking 4 actions to load a catapult or a cannon. Can't do anything with that last third action. Is kind of weird, in my opinion.
I'm gonna go get my old man coffee before we
yeah.
start.
Yeah, go.
Sorry, I forgot.
Go.
I need
Right
to go
ahead.
get my old man coffee.
And yeah, so we sort of left off as we sort of talked about how far the Mischief's Maiden can travel a day. Every hex is effectively 5 miles, 130 miles. So that whatever that calculates to, math-wise, is how many hexes you can do per day effectively.
Alright.
Divided by 5. That was 26. 26 hexes a day, as long as you have good wins, which will be something that, could possibly affect your speed a little. Well, at least probably for today's session, as I do ship combat, because I have combined some of my favorite things from Starfinder ship combat and some of the stuff some of the pirate boat combat that I've seen. Of course, of my trying to figure out how we're going to do this. Yeah, we're going to start off as you guys are coming out of Rickety Squibs, and Captain Wilhelm, I believe, we were discussing what you would wanted to do. You just kind of wanted to do some pirating. You have a full
Yeah.
assortment of sailors. You have a stacked ship right now that has some plunder and has, enough resources for probably a few weeks out. I'm not gonna worry too much at the moment about you guys only have enough food for 2 weeks kind of thing, as we'll kind of play that by ear. If I feel like I need to say something, I will. But for the most part, we're not gonna be that nitpicky about things. And effectively, once you break the line of the map here, is when you are in what is known as the trade routes, kind of surrounding Shackle. Where most of the trade coming from the southern part of Galarian headed up north. They give the Shackles a wide berth, but not always quite wide enough to where the pirates of the Shackles may not. Every now and again, one might venture too close, or good pirate might venture out a little bit further.
Okay. So so basically, if I understand correctly, if we want to pick up some real booty, then we're gonna have to head off of the map.
Yes.
To your mom's.
Yep.
Interesting.
And yeah.
This is the first game I've ever played that rewards you for going off of the map,
Pirates don't follow rules.
and I love it.
Exactly.
So what you're saying is we'll fall off the flat Earth.
Yep.
Yes.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys have ever done that in Valheim. If you've played, just fall into nothingness, or Sea of Thieves, your ship just goes under the water and
Sinks.
flips. Yep. Yeah. But
so
yeah,
if I remember correctly, we had some objectives. We had one that was like right here
We do.
in the center.
We have 1, 2, 3,
And then
4 leads.
way up here. Yeah, but I think because we had discussed it, we were going after one here in the middle or wherever that was. And then there was the mermaid thing, or was it the suit of armor that was all the way up north?
so you have the Fell Skull, which is on Bag Island, somewhere there. You have Shipwreck one.
Oh, here it
Which
is.
is-
That's Bag Island.
In between Raptor Island.
Is that the guy from Happy Days?
Back.
Probably.
Shark Island. Somewhere around there is a shipwreck that's supposed to have some good trade. Hasn't been. And then the suit of armor is a little bit more north, of somewhere about the Rampor Islands was last heard of. Or kind of halfling. Somebody just walked out of the water in a suit of armor and appeared again.
Okay.
Or
Well, what is? Oh, go ahead.
Tidewater Rock here was also kind of that saying that Rickety Hake had told you, which is any pirate who can break the Tidewater Rock, see favor and fortune come his way. Pirate lead. All of those should be under pirate leads for you.
Actually,
What say you, Captain? What
Well,
should our heading be?
might as well take on the low-hanging fruit here. Why don't we head over to Tidewater Rock? What say you?
Wherever you want to go, Captain, I shall take us.
Lucky, set the course. You heard the captain. Scallywag, get on those sails and let's get some stuff going.
Yeah.
I am gonna play us some sailing music.
I wish Slippy was here.
Any wonderful sound effects you may hear come from Sirenscape. So we let you know that is where we're getting our wonderful music from. They will allow us to keep using it.
By the way, when you guys are sailing by, you see Slippy on the what is that thing called? The tower, waving at you guys.
Slippy, bye-bye.
He's giving you the
Well,
one finger salute.
Well, if that's the case, load the light cannon. Take
Fire.
aim.
You said Tidewater Rock is where we're going?
Yep.
Yep, it is Racha.
Right.
Oh, I hear the water.
All right. Well, I
Water.
believe, Captain Wilhelm, you can move the token, but before you do that, Lucky, roll me a failing lore check.
No.
Well, then you don't go anywhere.
It won't let me. Oh, there we go.
Question while he's doing that, are we able to rest up to full?
Yes. Yeah.
Some of us already did.
Go right ahead.
I took a little power nap. I'm good to go.
All
It was on the
right,
12 and it
17.
just rolled over. Fucking bastard.
Well, the 17 is fine. You catch a good wind, and Wilhelm, you can move up to your full allotted 26 hexes.
Holy shit.
Next time
Uh,
I will aid you. I can aid any activity on the ship as first mate.
Let me grab my ruler. Wait, what's 26 times 5 is 120?
130.
130?
Over there.
Not all robots are good at math. That is a
Well,
that is
you
a
got to
fuck
remember
symbol.
now that straight away you went right through the island. So
So we're going to have to go. That's 50
If I can
right
do my
here.
ritual, I can make the ship
50
go through.
and
We're still
75
there.
is, yeah, 125. So we're good. Boop, boop, boop.
Do. I'm sailing a ship. I'm sailing a ship. Ship, sailing.
I shoot the dog.
I'm dead.
Old yellow style. Yerg, he's got rabies!
all right, I will need everybody to make perception checks.
Remind me, everyone, that if a crew
Okey-dokey.
member dies, we got to keep the body so I can bring them back as a.
Initiative
Zombie.
perception or perception?
Regular
Wilhelm and I.
perception.
High five. Both 22s.
Yeah.
And they both rolled
Alright.
19s. Look at that. Teamwork.
Well, Wilhelm and Lucky, you guys are a little bit further back from where your course plots, and you can see off kind of on the horizon line as the sun is setting, there is an outline of another ship.
Catch
it! A ship.
Yerg, what standard are they bearing?
The bird shit standard.
You don't see a standard, which would normally mean that it's probably just a merchant ship of some kind. Although, with a 22, you do notice that it is going rather slow. So, it could be.
Is it, can I tell, does it seem like it's low in the water? Does it seem like it's pretty heavily laden?
Make me another perception roll.
Okie dokie. Yerg!
It definitely looks like it is a little bit lower in the water. Maybe not as low as
gee.
you've seen other boats previously, but it's got some plunder. I think.
Uh-oh.
All right, boys, that ship out there, she's laden with, well, something. What say we take ourselves a little inventory of its... I don't know, do we want to go back in the bilge? No. Let's take an inventory of its cargo. What say you, boys?
Aye, Captain. A friendly check to see if everything is okay and maybe a tax or two.
Call it an inspection.
Our loot be on the horizon.
Time to hit it with the ship.
Now,
No, Lucky.
whoa,
No.
Oh,
No ramming just yet.
sorry,
Damage
Captain.
our ship as well.
Sorry,
We'll get
Captain.
there. Just not yet.
now you have a decision to make here. By the time you approach the ship and probably even start getting close enough to hit this thing with weapons, it is going to be night. So you can either chase the ship down now and have this combat in, or you can kind of get to a position to be on its tail come first light. That'll
We all
change your
have dark-
trajectory a little bit. Yeah, but dark vision doesn't really go that far, or that's
Oh.
going to be I mean, if they have lanterns and stuff, sure, but it's any ranged weaponry. It's still gonna be a negative of some kind.
Okay.
I'm a black cat. I like the night. Can't see me.
But the rest of us can't see.
So get on their trail, Captain. Is that the order? And at first light, hunt them down.
Let's give him an early wake-up call.
You heard him, Lucky. Set the course. Keep a good pace, but don't spook them.
You got it.
Hey,
First
watch
Mate
that shit.
Spears.
No
Lucky,
lanterns tonight.
Please make me another sailing lore check.
What do I roll to aid him?
You can.
I don't think he needs it.
I'm
You
gonna
can
do
roll
it
the.
anyway.
You can roll the same thing. Yeah.
Because I can.
I will say the DC is 20 to 8.
I
It's
got it.
particular.
What I can do as first mate, I'm going to do it.
All right. So that'll be 7. Yeah, you're approaching from the sunset. So if they're looking at you, you're gonna kind of be in their blind spot. You think you kind of get yourself positioned to a good. They don't seem to notice. The night kind of falls. They do put out a couple lanterns, but your ship is definitely faster.
Don't worry, Captain. I'm basically a ninja.
Wilhelm, will you roll me a D8, please?
What's a ninja?
They're really
I don't know, but
It's
I'd
a
say
word we
we
don't
don't
use
know.
anymore.
I thought that was the okay word.
Yarg! Maximum
Oh.
value. Like Walmart.
So you pretty much do a small circle as they, you see where they're at. You kind of swoop around behind them, and where they sort of look like they are coming into land, right around here, you guys are right behind them as first light sort of emerges.
Should we fire a shot across their bow to get their attention?
So here's a question.
Mhm.
We don't have any chase cannons, do we? We just got the gun on either side.
We got one in the front, don't we?
Yeah, but it doesn't have a great range. You have a catapult, which
Or is that
probably has the biggest range.
Is it the swivel gun that's in front?
Yeah, we got a swivel
Yeah.
gun in front.
Okay. Don't have sight on this map, first of all.
Yeah, I can't see shit.
I thought
Okay,
it was
hold on.
first light.
What are you doing, Lucky? You're supposed to bring us up along the side in the morning.
Maybe I'm too fast, Captain.
Hey, the ship's already on fire. We're doing good.
That's our ship. Damn.
You guys are down here.
Oh,
Ours
that
is
one.
just smoking. Theirs is on fire.
Yeah. The
Somebody smoked a doobie in there. Had it all smoked out.
anytime you put ships with cannons in AIR, it will automatically make your ship on fire or with smoke clouds. I found out.
Yarg, I like its style.
Yes. All right. So let me see if I can battle me.
All right. Battle on the High Seas initiative.
While we're looking for battle music, why don't you hit that like button and give us a comment, subscribe, do whatever you got to do.
And
Share
send
it,
us some
tell all your
doubloons.
friends.
Yeah,
And
do the
Dubloons
things.
would be nice.
Do all the
Yes.
things.
Exclamation point support will bring up the link to Streamlabs for donations. Get these guys some more doubloons. As much as I give them some during the beginning of each session, they will
Ain't
never have
enough.
enough. Never.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I rolled the only 2 rolls I've made this episode have been a 15 and a 16, so I'm bound to roll something very low right now, which I'm guessing is probably going to be initiative.
The ones are coming.
all right.
The ones are coming.
Well,
Moss, do you roll good in any games?
No, I don't.
No.
All right, so do I go ahead and
alright.
switch initiative to sailing lore?
well, it's going to work a little bit differently because actually, Lucky is going to be in charge of the initiative on the ship.
We're all dead.
Okay.
So if you pull up A Pirate's Life and Battle on the High Seas, the first little
Oh,
spot
it
will
is the
be
pilot.
kind of how the breakdown of initiative will work. Up here for chat, kind of take a peek at it. That way, if you do like how I've done it, you now have a reference to it. So, first moment we'll say in a round is going to be initiative, where pilots of each ship will roll to determine who goes first, who goes second. Then the movement phase. Each ship will then move, taking an action, movement, or whatever to move, making the rolls that are necessary, and then we'll go to the battle phase. The battle phase is when the gunner will be able to use his gunner actions, and everybody else will be able to do whatever they can. And obviously, as long as you have enough actions to fire or aim and fire a gun that is being unused. So, but yeah, that's kind of how this is going to go. This might be a little slow as we go back and forth, as this is our first ship encounter. But I feel like this is going to be a very expedited ship battle compared to some of the other stuff
real
that
ship.
I've seen. Yeah, well, that and Pathfinder, the original one in the actual AP, is super convoluted, and really the only person who rolls dice is the pilot. And even the third-party one that I found, it's kind of the same. They just kind of added some of these actions that I've kind of spread out in this journal to certain people. And so I took some notes from Starfinder and kind of assigned, officers, so to speak, some actions to be able to do in a combat. That way everybody gets to roll some dice. Everybody kind of has a say in what's going on in the combat. And I just feel like that's fun. Instead of watching one person be like, I move. Okay, you guys can roll for damage. I move. And that's pretty much it. But yeah, so we will start
I
this with...
Sailing lore.
You can go ahead and roll a sailing.
Can I roll aid on his sailing lore again?
That you may.
Good, because he rolled AIDS.
Dude, I almost rolled a 1,
right.
and then it
Flipped
moved
over
off
into
at the
something
last one.
slightly better.
Yeah.
So
You're back.
for now, to aid, your target DC will be 15. The reason I say for now is if I feel like if I have to adjust things, that'll be the one thing that I'll probably adjust. But for now, if you're going to aid anybody, 15 is your target number. All right. Start an encounter. Kind of placeholder. Oh, here we go. Cool. Okay. It's probably gonna roll randomly, but that's okay.
Oh, you fucked up.
No, I'm gonna re-roll them because that was just what it did when I added them to it. So you got a.
Oh, you
15.
dirty, dirty
Boo.
bastard.
Well,
I was winning.
You guys got a 1, so
No, I got
Oh,
a 5.
that was ours? Oh, yeah. The
We got
reroll.
Yeah.
Oh,
Reroll.
reroll.
Yeah,
Reroll the
yeah,
shit out of
definitely.
that.
There should be a plus on there somewhere.
I didn't roll that
Yeah.
one.
No. It's when I added it to the combat, it rolled. Just how it's set up.
Oh.
And then, all right, just for this stuff, but that's okay. For
Well, you might as well have rolled a 1.
That's
well,
for the other ship, I think.
I know.
I
You might as well
will-
have rolled a 1.
well, the person who will go first is going to be you guys. So now, Lucky, you have in your pilot action area, you have some decisions to make. We're going to say in facing, which is somewhat
Mhm.
important, will be, obviously right now you are facing the east. So as it says turning, you have to, I think, shit. Tell me.
Well, I have
Somewhere.
certain area or certain things I can do, like turning. A sluggish vehicle must move double its length before it can make a 60-degree angle. Club hauling is basically an e-brake Shearing is where we go to like the adjacent side, right, or starboard
Well, you
or port.
don't want to head straight to its side.
Shifting is going like to the side. Well, we want to kind of chase it down, don't we? And
Yeah, I
then
would want to go
eventually
from
set them
behind if
forward.
that would be my way to go, because we
Yeah.
do have a swivel gun and a catapult.
Yeah, so I want to get us within range of our weapons if I can.
Yes, and then I think I need to give you. Should have see the ship too.
How many hexes is range?
It'll be feet now. So now you're down. You're about 140 feet from the ship.
That range?
For which gun?
Our swivel gun has a range of it does I can't find it on here.
Hold on.
I see its hardiness, its HP, the speed.
It's
a
120
speed-
feet. So if you see launch, so it effectively takes 2 actions to shoot the
Oh,
swivel
okay.
gun. You have 1 action to aim, 1 action to launch. There's attack, to manipulate. So again, remember something too. The attack, even on the ship, if you do more than 1 attack action, you will be using that map. So you'll be taking 5 and then 10 off of the next attacks if you can. You have 120 feet. There's 5d4 bludgeoning. It's a 5-foot burst, and anybody who that it will come more into play if you use it. When it's ship to ship, ship person on person combat instead of just ship combat. But that is your range for that.
And I can move 50 feet.
And you,
Says the man's promised speed is 50 feet, 2 masses.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. So do we get let me see. Oh, so you're in the movement phase. Okay. And then battle phase. Crew on ship decides what their actions will roll to achieve those actions. Okay.
Remember, if you go straight at the
So-
side, it gets all its side cannons at our front.
Do we not have individual initiatives to decide how we're going, or are we just going to take basically we're all doing one thing, we're all doing things at the same time and just act that way?
That's pretty much how it's going to work. So the movement phase is initiative happens. The pilot rolls for initiative. The movement phase is pretty much up to the pilot. You guys obviously can discuss, which action to take. The battle phase and the damage phase will effectively happen in the same initiative. So you guys will shoot first, and then they will shoot first sense of 800 rolling dice kind of thing. And then damage will kind of all be calculated at the end. That way, if you hit a damage threshold and your ship is broken, it won't be broken. You won't feel those negatives till the next round. So even if they were to go first, right, and did 40 points of damage to your ship, when you go ahead and roll for that damage, you're not going to feel those effects because everybody's shooting at the same time. But since the group is going as their ship's going to go, your ship's going to go, you guys can be like, all right, I do this, I'm going to help you with this. Let's all roll for whatever weapons are left.
Okay.
All right. So I made a circle of 50 feet, and we can just go straight, right?
Yeah, so
I would
straight
go
would be...
here.
Which way is it heading, by the way? Is it heading straight?
It is, let's see.
Well, we should be behind it, so shouldn't it be going east as well?
I'll tell you what, I will move it. If I am on the right, I will tell you what, I will move it a little bit lower for you guys. And it will be heading east as well, per this map.
Oh,
That way. Okay.
That way, yeah, you're great.
that's easier. Yeah.
So I'm going to move us, which I can't.
Oh, yeah, I think I
So it's Moss,
Access,
I
that's
think.
fine.
So Moss,
Oh, is
just
it me?
move us right here. Okay. I'm on its tail, Captain.
Give everybody access to the ship. So that
Gunner in position,
is
just in case.
okay. Go ahead and roll a piloting check. Now you should be able to. Now, Lucky, double click and bring up the Mischief Maiden's character sheet, and you'll see piloting check be an option for you. And effectively, you will be aiming for your piloting check will be a 14.
Where is this piloting check? I see fortitude.
Should be the box to the right on the character sheet. Should be towards the bottom. Should say piloting check 16 normal, 14 good, 18 bad wind.
Oh yeah.
So if you have good wind, which you do, it'll be your sailing check needs to be a 14 to do any of the maneuvers that say it requires a piloting check. If you have bad wind, it'll be 18. If you're just in normal wind, it'll be a 16.
Okay, and I use my normal sailing check, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was looking for a dice to roll on the maiden thing. Okay. Papa. Oh, no, it was on 19.
I am
all
going to
right.
aid as a free action per my duty as a first mate.
It rolled off 19 like a fucking cocksucker.
You all suck.
Hey, a 15
All right.
was all I needed on my end.
That's going to be an 11. It is not going. Let's see. On a failure, the vehicle moves its speed in a straight line. You are fine. What effectively this would affect is if you were planning to turn, you would not have been able to turn.
Okay.
So this check, if you're going to move straight, doesn't necessarily matter. But if you're going to make any turning, you want to make sure you are hitting this check. Now, something to consider is you have 3 actions still.
Mm-hmm.
So you could do a 2-action move, which puts the ship in what is considered reckless, which I'd give you another piloting check for, and it effectively will just turn the ship a random direction, as if you push the ship too hard, you fail piloting or a sailing check. So anytime you see reckless in any of these actions, all it is if you fail that sailing check, the ship will just start to drift effectively from under your control just a little.
Okay.
But if you want to play it safe, you can definitely do that one movement, and then you can do any of the other actions on the ship. So think about it this way. If you're like, okay, I want to move forward, and then I'll command the catapults, because they are right behind you, to fire when we can, that could be your 3 actions.
Okay. And then can I give my actions to them? Like, because I'm sailing, and then be like, all right, Captain, what do I do now? And then the captain does my...
Yeah, effectively, you would turn around, in the scene itself, right? You take the ship, you pilot it, straight ahead towards the other ship, which name, as you guys are getting closer, is the Elton Bade. And you see it is a smaller ship than yours. It is a 1-mast ship, and it does seem to have oars, which seem to be out, and they seem to be paddling with all haste. But you basically turn around, and whoever the pirates are, maybe it's Smitty, maybe it's one of the other pirates you recruited, are on the light catapult, and you say, aim once the ship is in range and fire, and that is your 3 actions, because you use the 1 to move, and then 2 to effectively aim and launch the catapult when we get to that phase.
Okay. They are within the range of the swivel gun, Captain.
All right, and we will then go to their turn for movement. Let's see, what does this guy want? See, this is where we're gonna get a bit.
Where you going, bitch?
Is going to actually take a very reckless action. try to outmaneuver you. But he has some rowers. Just to hit a. Wrong button. Really not great. So let's see. Oh, okay. I got very lucky with that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Speed is 40. These guys, you see the oars come out, and the oarmen start to oar with this single mast, and these guys do a very reckless maneuver. The ship just kind of takes off between catching the wind and the oars. They get a huge boost in speed. Now,
Captains are getting away.
very, very far in front of you. So then we'll move into the battle phase.
There's our range right there.
So out of what we will do is you are more than welcome to try to fire stuff that is out of range. We will say double your range increment you cannot do. And so the swivel gun has 120 foot range. So every extra 60 feet be a -2.
What does the catapult have?
120.
What
Only
does
reach
the
with the
have?
catapult?
So they are within, we'll call it the second range increment from you. So you will have a -2 on the attacks that can hit it.
-2.
On those,
So-
yeah.
So is it a check to aim and then a check to launch?
It is an action to aim and then an action to launch. So it's effectively 2 actions to fire.
Okay. Does the aim require a roll? And then the
No.
launch also require a roll?
Just the launch. So the aim
Okay,
is effectively
okay.
turn the swivel cannon to the starboard, or 45 degrees on the
Okay.
port side, that kind of thing, flavor wise. And then of course the launching of.
Okay. So here's what I want to do immediately. I want to run over to the. I'm gonna go for the catapult because it does more damage. I'm gonna first and foremost. I'm gonna overdrive that sumbitch.
Yeah, perfect. And now here's something that's really cool. And this is kind of where we're going to have some fun class stuff.
Oh,
No
shit.
way, dude.
Even though I know in the description of your class it says the thing that you fire, you can overdrive. Let's say, the gunner is Blackblade. Let's say he's going to fire the swivel gun. You can overdrive the swivel gun and still use his gunning check if you know it's going to be higher, and that overdrive will still count.
I was going to shoot
okay.
the
Yeah.
thing too.
Well, I'm just saying in so that it's not this whole like I can only use my class stuff personally. When it comes to the ship, any of your really cool abilities that would affect the cannons or anything like that can be used across the party. That way, because it takes 2 actions to do
Kitty.
some of the shooting, you guys can just stack as much stuff onto like 1 cannon as possible and just make it 1 uber blast by using all of your actions combined. Spells, any of that stuff.
Sweet. Okay.
But
I
other
think
ships will be able to do that too.
Oh, that is a critical success. Okay, so it did affect that. Okay, and then I'm gonna use a second action to give the cannon or give the catapult a +2 as a pilot or as a captain. I'm gonna use one of my actions to give it a +2 bonus.
Yeah.
Can I use? I don't know if I'm hopping my turn or not. Can I use a potency crystal on the cannon or the catapult?
Yeah, you're
He's
more
firing.
than welcome to.
Keep in
If
mind,
you-
I know that I don't. How many of those
There
do
it
you
is.
have, by the way?
I made 3 today. I make them every day.
Okay.
I make different talismans.
Okay, I was gonna say because my overdrive really doesn't have a limit onto how many times I can use it. It's just once per turn.
I can make these daily, so it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Yes. So, all right. So you stack the potency crystal, you stack the overdrive. I don't. Yeah, we'll have to kind of manually remember these things until I can figure out exactly how to set up macros for it. But that's okay.
I went ahead. I did drag overdrive onto the ship. I hope that's okay.
Yeah. No, that's fine. And the same thing with that. Oh, it does do nice. So you're putting it on the catapult, correct? Gears.
Yes, on the catapult he is firing. There, I just put it on it too. Oh, you
Nice.
just did it for me. Never mind. Took it off.
Okay, cool. Because it actually assigned it to weapon. It's awesome. I don't think the
That is cool.
weapons. Oh, let me try something.
The catapult is a
Action.
4d6.
Yeah, I'll have to build actions
Mm.
because it doesn't.
But now
it's
it is a
in
+1 striking, so it'll get 1 more d6, I believe.
Fine. Well, at least we have now we have those to reference when we add things manually. Okay. So the captain, you overdrive and give the +2 catapult. Is there anything else you would like to do with your other 2 actions?
I think that should be. So I gave it a +2. I overdrived it. My third action. I don't know if there's really much else that I can do for my third action, so I think I'll just draw out my musket and get ready.
Okay. All right. Gears, you have used 1 action for the potency crystal. You have 2 more.
Not really sure there's much Gears can do in this situation. We have enough people to use weapons, so I'm just gonna stay kind of free flowing and help where I can. Once,
Okay.
maybe use a potency crystal on someone else's weapon if they go to take a fire or something along those lines.
All right, and then we will go
Be a good
to
first mate.
Jupiter Black Blade Gunnery.
I will fire when you tell me how.
All right, so it's probably gonna need to be manually rolled,
Mm-hmm.
but it will go off of your dexterity and your proficiency. So should
Wait.
you're looking at your attack, so it could just be. Same. Okay. It'll just be whatever your ranged attack is, which for you is +10.
Mm-hmm.
+2 for captain, and then +1 for potency crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Then does the overdrive affect the 2 hit or just the damage?
Damage.
Okay. So you will have a total of a +13.
So I also, not to interrupt too much, but I do
you're good.
also have the artillerist dedication. And if I'm part of a siege weapon team, they get a +2 circumstance bonus to any checks to load, aim, move, or repair their weapon. Since there's no check for aiming,
Yeah.
unless this is an aiming check technically.
No, I would consider. Well, I would consider this the same thing. The aiming launch, you can apply that to instead. Kind of
Okay.
thing.
So yeah, since I'm messing with the catapult, then you should probably get another +2 on that as well.
Okay, so you have a total of +5 on top of your +10. So just roll a d20, and then I'm just going to add any negatives to this effect.
So is it roll 1d10 20 plus 15?
1d20 plus 15.
All right.
Get a nat 20. Come on.
Oh, so close.
That
Nope.
will
Good enough.
definitely hit, and that will even be. We're not going to deal.
By the way, I was aiming at the helm.
That will be a hit. So then you'll just have to manually roll the 4d6 plus. Actually, it'll be. The striking weapon gives it an extra damage die, right? So it'll be 5d6 plus.
And then what is overdrive?
Whatever. What is Wilhelm's intelligence modifier?
My intelligence modifier is +3.
Okay. Does that
Um,
double on a critical strike?
It adds. Oh God, what was it? I think it was a critical strike was. Oh God, let me get back to it. A
Says
critical
your
success-
strike deals after additional damage equal to your intelligence.
I guess we can. Your strikes deal additional damage equal to your intelligence modifier for 1 minute, and then my expert, because I have expert overdrive as well, and that adds another 1, so it should be 4.
Plus
Okay.
the potency crystal.
Which is 1. Yeah, so you'll have a 5d6 plus 5.
So, Mike over on kick. What up, dog?
Let's go. Oh
All
shit.
right, 21 points of damage. Okay. You.
Whoa. Done, Jupiter.
And here is where you will see how ship combat is interesting, because if you
Remember, I
look,
was aiming for the helm.
you should all be able to open up the character sheet for the Mischievous Maiden, and you're going to see, obviously, it's a very low armor class, but you're also going to see a hardness. That hardness is going to be effectively a damage reduction that all damage has to bypass before the actual HP is damaged for the ship. You send this catapult flying with rock, barrel, whatever have you, flying through the air, and it just glances off. Is that a shield? Have they lined their entire kind of upper part of their ship with shields? And it seems to just kaplunk into the ocean after bouncing off of their ship.
Shit.
Oh, they must have something good.
Just have a very fortified ship. So,
What the fuck?
they are not taking any actions on you as they don't have any weapons that can fire behind them. So, we're going to go back to initiative again. Going to roll it again. That will happen every round.
Fuck.
17.
All right, first mate, help out.
Rolling aid.
Woohoo.
Hey,
Okay,
got an
18.
so 18.
Thank you, first mate.
This might be a tougher fight than I thought it would be.
Roll. Macros.
That just means whatever's on board that ship has got to be pretty good.
Oh, yes.
no.
Nice.
Well, yes and no.
Oh, was that for us?
That was
Oh,
for my
no.
ship.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay. Mischievous Maiden, you are up first. Lucky. You have
Well,
a
this-
couple actions. What they did was they did if you look at the drive, they did the 3-action reckless where they took a -5 penalty, but were able to move their vehicle 3 times their speed in a straight line, which is how they got so far ahead of you.
Okay. So, shall we try to catch up, Captain, and be a little reckless?
Yar, get on their tail. We
All right.
want whatever's in that hull.
All right, so I'm going to have to go as fast as I can.
All right.
Straight line.
If we fired a cannon backwards, would it propel us faster? I don't know physics that well.
Maybe. All right, I'm rolling.
All right.
I
So
honestly don't know.
are
I
you
don't think that would
doing?
Nice.
All right. So were you doing the 2-action reckless where you just move twice your speed, or the 3-action with the -5?
What am I doing, boss? Captain.
You're driving straight ahead.
You're gonna
Straight
get
ahead.
it. You're gonna get it no matter what.
2 is good enough.
So you're good there. But it's just if you're gonna move 3 times the speed or 2 times the speed.
Well, we can get 150, so we can catch up by, yeah. So we can go all the way to here.
Oh, that's right. I got to move it.
I think everybody should have. Make sure
I
you're on
should
the
be
right
able to, but-
selections.
If I don't, like, I have both my things open.
Yar,
so
we're
if
gaining
I-
on her.
All right, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move both of them back a bit as we're on the edge of the map.
Dun, dun,
I have
dun.
to remember that.
Yeah, they are. Look at that.
We're gonna put you guys right here.
Does anybody else see the little ghostly thing right here?
Yeah, they're the ghostly. I think it's because the game was paused when we first moved those.
Oh,
Or
okay.
that's where it started the initiative, or I didn't have an initiative, but you can ignore those. Okay, so you move. It is now their captain's turn, and he's that you have raised the black
Ow.
flag. I'm assuming.
Yarr.
Why not?
I think that Wilhelm thinks that Yarg is an affirmative statement.
It is.
Yarg.
Are you hungry, Captain?
Yarg.
To make a shift, a turn, a sudden turn. He is going to try to get into a better spot. Oops, sorry. Using the wrong keyboard. Not very. So we'll see. So he's on due to that.
I hit him with the boat, Captain.
So I gotta ask: has the second computer made it better or more complicated?
Better, but the problem is I've moved my mouse around so like it should be natural where my hands go for each keyboard, but it just doesn't always happen. Okay, he does not make his sudden turn. This is full round, but he gets to move his normal speed. Targeted? That normal movement. Feet. And that is his whole action. You can tell, Lucky, as you are a pilot yourself, that one of the sets of oars on one side of the ship stop. You can see the guy scramble and start turning the rudder, but for whatever it is, maybe because he was moving so fast last round, they just didn't get the traction and they just kind of listed forward just a little bit as they were starting to panic. But this gives you guys, now that we move to the battle phase, a lot of options to do now.
They're panicking, Captain. They can't even turn right.
Yarg. Now's our chance. Disable them and board.
All right. So, how do you guys want to figure out your initiative? Who's going to go first? I think the potency crystal and the overdrive last a minute each, so those will still be on the catapult. So following the catapult's rules of reloading and all those things, and then somebody else or
Okay.
can fire the other.
And you said it's 2 actions to reload, or it's 2 actions to reload and fire.
So it is going to be 3 actions to reload. So somebody will need to spend their 3 actions to reload the catapult, and somebody
Gears
else
will reload.
somebody else can then spend the 2 to fire it.
All right, I reload the catapult for the captain.
Okay. I tell you what. Jupiter did such a good job last time. I'm gonna go ahead and throw another +2 on the roll to fire it, and then can I roll? Let me see here. +2 the number of rolls equal, giving a bonus considered. Can I give Lucky a +2 to his pirate roll or to his pilot roll on his next turn?
You can
Is that
say
possible?
your +2s are kind of whenever you want to.
Okay.
So like you can interrupt his initiative roll or his sailing lore, just be like, I want him to have a +2 on the initiative, and then I want him to have a +2 on his whenever you want. So if you want to do
Mhm.
one of those now, you're more than welcome to, or before he rolls, you can just give it to him then.
Okay. Actually, am I able to use an action to try and figure out what type of armor or protection this ship has?
I will give you a craft roll to kind of identify the ship itself.
Okay.
Oh, look at that kitty. Look at that kitty.
25.
This ship up here. Did I have it up here? Yes. Like I had it up somewhere. Is a smaller ship than yours, but you can tell that there is some extra armor added, like the shields and just kind of some extra paneling of wood that you can see around specific areas of the ship, making it just seem like maybe it was part of a repair, maybe it was something they were doing to prevent this kind of thing, since they seem to be a pretty fast ship once the oars go out as well. But really the only difference that you can tell is that it is a smaller ship than yours. It is weighed down with some extra wooden paneling. Obviously the shields, think of like, an old Viking longship. And the fact that it seems to be a little bit lower in the water than your ship.
Okay.
Do we have chain shot?
Hmm?
Do we have chain shot to take out the mast?
You do
That'd probably
not
be
as of right now.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a priority next time we get to port. This might be a little weird, but I'm curious if I might be able to smash. What do we load into the catapult? Is it just like a big rock?
Yeah, it's probably
Cannonball.
just a big rock or some
I
sort
have
of
spoons and forks.
Can
We'll kill him with
I
silverware.
can I smash my acid flask over the surface of this rock to try to maybe hopefully add some corrosiveness?
You're gonna melt our
Um,
cannonball.
Why don't you just tie it to the ball?
I would say
I could do that.
you would have to build a specific ammunition for that, just because these things
Okay.
are so big. By the time it flies through the air, the acid's not gonna really have an effect. It might, if it rolls across the deck, somebody might be like, a couple points of acid. But if you built, let's say, an acid-based catapult
What
ammunition,
about setting
you
Okay.
could do more.
Okay.
the rock on fire?
I would say that would
Probably
do
be similar.
Yeah, I would say it'd be similar. You'd have to
So,
craft.
Why don't I do this? Why don't I do this then? I'll just use my final action to aid Jupiter in firing the catapult. Is that possible?
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
So with that, go ahead and roll. And roll a sailing lore for the aid.
And as a free action, I'll aid as well.
Okay.
Oh, where you said sailing lore?
Yep.
There it is. Found it. Oh, not great.
It's close, but he will have one addition for aid. All right. And Jupiter, Blackblade, Gunner are up.
1d20 plus what?
Well, you don't have they don't have that, so you'll still have the +3, +5, +16. So you'll have +16 on this one.
Plus 16. Oh,
And since
shit.
I already gave him one, I can't give him more than one.
It's a
+2,
new round,
right?
so you can.
I already gave him one this round.
I mean, that'll still hit, so you're fine.
Okay.
And then I read the potency crystal wrong. This is the rest of the game plus attack rolls increasing damage dice on it. So add an extra 6 to that. This potency crystal is actually 2.
Oh, what? 66?
So 6d6 plus 5. Right. And then have you looked at the gunner actions yet, JT?
I did.
Okay. So you have a couple specific things you can do. What it is you basically, it costs you less actions to do things. So you
Right.
could, the siege engine strike, you could effectively, if you have all the guns loaded, you can shoot them in one action instead of having to use the two.
Oh,
So
I
you can
thought-
shoot the swivel gun too.
well, yeah, I wanted to do the siege engine one. Is that
Yeah,
the
yeah. The
order-
siege engine
yeah.
strike. Yeah, these are all technically siege
Yeah,
engines.
that's what I did last time. Yeah.
So you'll, all right. And again, you just did not quite meet. Are you going to fire another gun?
Yeah, we gotta fire. Or can we bombard them?
So you cannot do bombard yet because you don't have. You have to have 3 siege
Okay.
engines on a single side. So when you get back to port, you can maneuver where all these guns are. But
Okay.
if you only have 2, you only have light.
So we want
ballista
to fire
cannon.
the whatchamacallit as well.
Swivel
the
cannon?
Yeah.
Can I make a suggestion? Can you target, say, like the mast?
Well, I was targeting the helm. The mast is kind of hard to target.
I mean, that's one of your actions, though. Is it a different? Is there a difference between?
I don't know. I figured it'd be harder.
Nope, it'll stay the same thing, but it'll affect what happens when you hit certain
Oh,
thresholds.
then yeah, then we'll hit the mast then. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, 'cause we want them to stop. We don't want them to keep going.
So with the swivel cannon, you don't get all of the stuff they've done, so it'll be just a +10.
So what am I rolling for this?
D20 +10.
Oh, okay. One second.
I'll use my reaction to throw another +2 on that.
Okay, so you'll get a +2 with that.
God dang.
Actually,
You
that
should be a
will
20.
still
Oh,
hit.
20.
That will hit, and then the swivel gun will be 5d4.
Straight 5d4.
Straight 5d4.
Oh.
All right,
Not
so
bad, not
13.
bad.
So this is where the damage phase comes in. You know, this the hardness. What you're going to do is you're going to calculate all damage done to the ship at once, and then you'll take the hardness away. So in this case,
Oh.
you've done
37.
37 points, which has passed its hardness. This ship has a hardness of 25. So you've done 12 damage to the actual ship, which
To
is
the mast.
to the mast. So yeah, once it hits a certain threshold, which is that BT, that's that broken threshold, effectively. If nobody has declared a certain attack, it'll just become a broken ship. If you've done specific things,
Well, we're trying to take out the mast so it can't sail.
Yeah. So once it hits, I gotta see where. I know it says that targeting something, but I didn't see anywhere. I'll have to check again. I didn't see anywhere where if you hit this and do damage to blah 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 blah, it does something specific. But that's okay. We'll add things to it as we get used to this. All right. They do not appear to have any weapons that can still fire upon you, as they do not have that to begin with. They're trying to outrun you. All right, damage is all done. Everything is done. And Lucky, will you go ahead and roll me initiative?
Stay behind them, dog.
I can do that,
Ooh, nice. You almost fucked up, but you did good.
dude. Most of the time it
You
rolls
did
right
good.
to him. Like,
You're
All
good boy.
right.
thanks, Captain. I'm a good boy.
5. All right. And then
I assume if I lose the 25, Gears would have gave me a +1.
well, I will tell you, is the same kind of goes for how Starfinder was. You actually really want to go second.
Yeah.
You kind of want, because then you get to react to the other ship versus having to make the first move. But you, at the moment, have the action.
I think I'm going to just move 50 feet forward and stay behind them. What do you think, Captain? Stay.
Can we tell? Are they just continuing to move in a straight line? Or I guess there's
Well,
really
they
no way
tried
we
to-
can.
they-
We can't
they-
really.
They tried to turn and they fucked up last turn.
They tried to
Yeah,
turn, but we
they-
still want to get behind them.
You can definitely tell that they are trying to get away from you.
Okay.
Yard. Straight ahead there.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Sniff their butt, dog.
Sniffing butt engaged. Yeah.
Right.
Just move to here.
Yeah.
Yard, we're right on their arse.
All right, let's see.
I'll throw a rock at them, Captain. Now, if I use one thing during the movement phase, am I allowed to do anything else?
I mean, you can order, if it, for instance, if you're looking at weapons, like the light ballista is 2 actions to load, you would then take your 2 actions to be like, load the ballista on the starboard, or, load the
Load the
cannon.
swivel gun!
Yeah, exactly.
We should order them to surrender or
Ooh,
sink.
we're close.
You are close. Now, I have wanted to show off the actual ship combat this session, but there is another thing that I will add before next week, which is the actual boarding actions. And it is when you get this close, somebody, the expert on the ship would be the quartermaster, can then do the boarding action. I'll say once you're within 10 feet on the map, you can start the boarding action. If you are successful, then you can then go into boarding. And we might not do it for every ship you encounter, but I will do ship-on-ship combat. So we'll do the whole map, the 2 ships. We'll have you fight, on the ships and stuff like that. But this I wanted to do specifically, at least this time, this ship combat. So we're going to go until their ship is
I
effectively
like that
stopped.
ship-on-ship action.
Yeah,
Get me all
yeah.
hot and bothered.
So, but this one was, I wanted to see if my quickened ship combat even makes sense, which so far I feel like it is making
Just
a bit
takes
of
getting used
sense.
to. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is just a lot to do, but I haven't seen any big hiccups yet, so we're good there. All right, what are they going to do?
We shall penetrate you.
Oh man, he is going to do pilot action again at a -5.
We're going to enter you so hard.
I'm going to be your daddy.
And
I have many
I
puppies.
named
They
this
don't
cannon
get it.
Cock Blaster.
again, he cannot succeed on any of these ship actions, so he just whatever damage, a little bit of damage you've done has messed up their propulsion. Oops, and they are just their 1 speed increment ahead of you. They can't quite. Whether it's maybe you knocked out some oars or the mast itself
you go.
is starting to get messed up. So you guys can plan your attacks, and the swivel gun is loaded. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to use actions. It's Lucky commanded that to happen. The rest of you have your actions now.
I'll reload the item for our gunner.
The catapult, that's a full round
Yes.
load. All right, the catapult
Yep,
is loaded. The swivel gun is loaded. Captain, have anything you specifically want to do, or would you just like to dump all of your aid to...
+2 to the catapult, +2 to the swivel gun, and then I will once again roll to aid Jupiter here.
As will I. Free action. Ooh.
And this
I
high
do it.
seas battle music sucks, so we're gonna do the scary Kraken
The
music.
hell was that?
I didn't
Called
even know
Escape.
there was
It's
music
the
on,
creaking.
that's
It's
it.
the creaking
Jesus.
of the ship.
Holy loud Batman.
Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna be that loud. I apologize for your ears. Okay. All right, you do have the aid.
I don't want AIDS.
Shit, I want you to catapult me over
I
now
shall
with this
give you
music.
the AIDS.
It's a cool ass track though. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I'll have
Yeah,
to remember
like,
this one.
oh,
I like
I'm
this
ready
one.
to
This
kill
is
something.
definitely Jupiter Blackblade. It is your turn. You have 3 actions, sir. All of your guns are loaded.
I'm hopping on the catapult, Jupiter. Shoot me over.
All right.
Fire all weapons.
Your catapult, you have what? Plus 4, 5, plus 6, plus 7 with the catapult. And you have well, on top of your plus 7, so plus 17 with your catapult.
Ba-na-na-na-na. Oh, suck it, you bitch.
Yes, that will hit.
There's
I'm
probably
going
gonna
Going
be
for the helm this time.
There's probably gonna be
Their
instances where we
masters
run
really
into ships with armor classes of like 45.
aren't really
Yeah,
helping them right.
yeah.
Yeah, but we're gonna have more guns soon.
Some proper
6,
ships.
so 6d6 plus 4 for the catapult.
Captain, make us some nukes already. Come on.
Let's roll all 6s. Let's go.
Kitty, get out of the way.
I've got a
Alright.
plutonium core resting down in the bilge.
Well,
Kitty, go.
I feel like the overdrive could be your acid or your fire. You know what I mean? You go over and you
Yeah.
light these catapult rocks on fire every round. You know, you're adding to it until you get some bombs and stuff. Okay, the swivel gun is going to be. He gave you the plus 2. It's going to be plus 12 to hit.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Whoa!
right.
What they're doing.
That don't look
I
right.
don't know what
No.
that is, but I
He
like
just
it.
typed.
That's
He
just-
just typed in 132. That's a crit, right?
That's the damage, sir.
You broke my
That's
system.
Almost. Oh my
One-
God, the ship got kicked by Norin.
1d20 plus what?
12. I didn't know Sevi was playing in this game.
Hell
Oh, yeah, that'll hit.
yeah.
What's my damage?
5d4.
5d4.
No pluses?
Not on the swivel cannon or the swivel
That's
gun.
right. I don't need them.
Shit,
A
nice.
cannon master.
35 damage after taking. Let's get it.
Kitty, go away. Remember, helm this time.
Right. 20. You see. You take a chunk out of the helm, kind of the bow, or the bow of the ship. Into the helm there. Sorry. You can tell that kind of like that upper deck area where the steering is and the rotor and everything is controlled is now kind of in disarray. As we'll say, the catapult rock you threw was on fire. I'll say, you know what? The ship probably is starting to look like the actual token here. Where there is a slight
it.
fire spreading, and that mast that is closest to that is now kind of like half leaning onto the helm. And they look pretty messed up. And Lucky, go ahead and roll that initiative.
Slow down, you landlubbers. We want your loots.
I would tell them to surrender or die, but I think we're going to kill them anyway.
Wait, no, we want to go second, right? Yeah.
I will say, yeah, in most of this combat, it's better to react to what the other ship is doing than. Oop. Hold on, sorry about that. You can ignore that.
Fucking son of a
No
cocksucker.
way.
Is that 3 1s in a row? Like
That I have
seriously?
rolled. I mean, they're not
Yeah,
actual.
for the initiative.
yeah,
though.
yeah, I think so.
Holy crap!
They're so much better at rolling bad than me.
So got a bad roll.
Again.
You have the higher sailing, so I'm gonna let you decide in this tie if you would like them to go first. Because
Let them go first this time.
Yes, the
Okay.
DM just said going second's better.
and that's probably how we'll do ties. Whoever has the better modifier will then go. We'll choose.
Well, if we roll higher, can we hold to see what they do?
Not really, because the ship has to move.
Oh,
You could just let the ship go and it'll kind of drift. I would say
Yeah.
it'll take its full movement and go and start to turn a random direction. But the pilot always has to kind of be doing something. You are in motion. They are going to go first. They are extremely desperate. This doesn't work. SOL.
They're already SOL.
Oh yeah, pretty much. He's gonna risk it for the biscuit.
No
Oh,
way.
with the natural 20 to get themselves straightened out and launch themselves forward.
Sons of
A
Come on, I
bitches.
can't
reckless
see.
maneuver.
Over here.
All right.
You're
well,
full speed ahead, Lucky.
You got it, Captain.
Holy shit! They just got that far.
I'm gonna use my reaction to throw a +2 on that.
Okay.
So 17.
Same. I'm gonna do
17.
aid. Oh, I rolled the wrong thing. There we go.
There'll be a +3 on that. Make that an 18. You have succeeded in your piloting check.
Who's best pirate
yeah.
there?
Oh, I can't zoom out far enough.
Are you well, which one are you doing? Are you doing the reckless one?
We're going straight ahead.
Okay, if you're
full
doing
speed.
the full, did you account for the -5 if you're doing the triple times, or are you doing the double time?
You double.
Double.
Okay, so 100 feet
do
right
double.
there. Perfect.
My feet.
If you do that and then click the space bar, it will move the token.
Oh, really?
Yep. So if you're on the measurement tool, yep. So just click space
Oh,
bar,
that's so cool.
We won.
and it'll do
Nice.
that. It'll do that in your combat too. And there is a way, I think. I'm gonna test something real quick because I want to.
So that's
think
why
if
you
you-
keep hitting the space bar. I'm like, what is going
Yeah.
on? Why do you keep pausing the game? Okay.
There is a way that you can track your full movement by like even adding the
Speed turns and shit.
place waypoints is control click, so you can control. Yeah, and then click space, and it'll do the whole token movement. Yeah, like that. So click
No
space.
way.
So whoever's doing it, yep.
Awesome.
Wait, how do you do that?
You do control and you move it out, then you just click, then you keep holding down control and just.
All right, but it is now the shooting phase as you guys are plotting your chart to destruction. It's so cool. It's fantastic. I love it.
It's like a new toy.
Okay. That was 2 actions, Lucky. Was there anything with 1 action? I don't really think you have anything.
Back to reloading the swivel gun.
And catapult.
Pause.
I reload the catapult.
All right, reloads the catapult. Somebody will have to take another one of their actions to help load the swivel gun. As top of Lucky, and those things can all be loaded and ready to go. Wilhelm, is there anything in particular? I'd say, Wilhelm, you probably have 2 actions if you're going to help load the swivel gun for Blackblade. You will use one of yours to finish that. Catapult gears will load that completely. What else would you like to do, Captain, before...
yeah,
do
I will.
fires.
We'll do +2 to the catapult, and then you said 2 actions to load the swivel gun.
Well, we'll allow actions to stack. So, Lucky used 1 action to command. You can use, because it takes 2, you could use 1 action then to finish the load.
Okay.
I say, hurry up and load that, you landlubbers.
Okay.
And
Also,
then,
real quick, just so you remember, Captain, you can use anybody's actions. So you can use the gunner actions and the pilot's actions as the captain. You're the kind of one person who gets to do all of those things. So just so you know for future.
All the things.
okay. Okay. Actually, I think so. I've got 1 action left.
Yeah. So.
All right. My charisma is terrible, but actually, I think what I want to do is shout over to the other side, and I'll just say,
Surrender now, or perhaps we'll let you live. Some of you.
Okay. Perfect. Go and roll me an intimidation. There, Captain.
"Oh,
75 feet. You must have a hell of a set of lungs on you,
Okay.
Captain.
He's the
here's
loudest
the thing.
captain ever.
Here's the thing. Intimidation
He
is.
used his crafting to make a
Microphone.
There it is.
yeah, microphone.
A megaphone.
Ah!
He hooks it up to
Okay.
gears and it echoes out of my speakers.
It comes
Yes.
out of Gears' ears.
Gears just has one of those little CB radio things that comes off.
Yeah.
You know, with a little cord.
It's like
Opens
he
his mouth.
opens
and it even makes my mouth move.
Fantastic.
That's canon now.
Okay, Jupiter Blackblade, you have a catapult and a swivel gun ready to fire.
What's my plus?
Catapult being at +5.
That's it.
Oh no, +7. Sorry, +7.
That's it. Plus
That
10.
is, or +17. Sorry.
And free action, I'll assist.
Okay.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. I am
That's
deadly.
all right.
the catapult.
Go ahead and roll that 6d6 +4. It's okay.
What the fuck?
This is why I need to make us some undead. They could load the stuff for us.
Ah! What the fuck? Why is that not? Oh, I see.
Cats
Yeah.
don't have thumbs.
Ooh.
Not
Oh.
great damage on that one, but that's okay. Go ahead and
That's all right. The next gun will be good.
a +12 on the swivel gun. All right, that will hit, and then a 5d4. All right.
Again, on the helm, I want them steering nowhere.
27.
Yes, the helm looks like it is starting to break. You're pretty sure that you killed the original pilot, and maybe the captain had to take his place. So no motivation going on that ship there. And we're gonna go back to initiative. Lucky, will you roll sailing check?
I wanted to yell at
Come on, that one. 2. I'm doing so good, guys.
Assist.
Wait, don't assist. I'm trying to get a 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. We want to roll low. I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
you can take it back. It's all good. It's all good. It's all
Take
good.
it back. I did not roll a very good assist roll.
Oh, he almost rolled
Alright.
a 2 too. That was fun.
Definitely. Yeah, whoever is now steering the ship, you can tell Lucky is not the original pilot because they seem to be in a panic. They are going to attempt to turn again, hoping that maybe doing so they can get some leverage on you. You won't be able to do the same.
In the ocean, no one can hear or see you pee.
Oh, and he does. All right, success.
He sees you pee.
I
But
see.
he
How dare you watch me pee?
he does not get a critical
You pee on everything,
success,
Lucky.
so he won't. All right, let me turn your token.
Bow, bow,
Right.
bow, bow, bow,
I
bow.
don't want-
I
We
wish
need
to,
ballistas for shooting down dragons.
Oh,
I wish to yell to their captain.
Suck my penis, Mr. Garrison.
Come on back, good buddy. Snap on into Gears' CB
Okay,
radio.
Well, he points the ship kind of more south and barely moves it, as it seems that whatever damage you have done has taken a toll on all of its functioning. And
Oh,
it is
yeah.
now your guys' turn. He needed the critical success, which he did not get, to be able to turn and move, and then he would have been an interesting movement for you, but he didn't get that, so he just kind of turned his ship a little bit.
Now what is the move for not like sudden turn, but like a normal turn? Like to start like changing direction.
It's
How does that work?
so turning. You just have to move. Does it double your?
Yeah, we're sluggish. We got to move twice our Twice.
So for
Twice our
every-
length for each 60-degree turn.
So for every 100 feet you move, you can turn 60 degrees. Turn up to 60 degrees. So it's just the 2-action reckless, the first one, where it's the vehicle moves up to twice its speed in a straight line at the vehicle's current heading.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you get lucky and do a critical success, which would be 24 for you, you can do the 1-action, one without having any reckless penalties happen.
All right. Well, I kind of want to get close enough so we can prepare to board.
What's
So I
60
think I
degrees?
need-
Like this is like 60 degrees here.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
like
so it effectively would be your 4 o'clock and your 4 and 8
Right.
o'clocks kind of turn. Is you basically would have that whole.
kind of
Yeah.
want like
Okay.
that
Yeah, yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, we want to pull in his butt again, right?
Yeah.
Butt pull.
So this would be your 2-action one, which you don't have a penalty for, but if you fail, your ship will just kind of overturn kind of thing is what'll happen, and
turn
you might
into
just
him?
have a different facing.
So can
Okay.
I do the free action aid too?
Yours would take an action.
It's my
Okay.
special
So you have
ability.
yeah, exactly. So the first mate is running around helping whoever. You're standing there. You're effectively +2 is to either motivate or demoralize your own crew
Mm-hmm.
into
Yeah.
being better. While the
I
first
will,
mate runs around and assists where he needed. The gunner is going around telling all the cannons to reload and all that crap.
Okay, I'll reaction add a +2 to that.
15.
14. Well,
14.
I also got the +1 from aid.
Okay, you got it. You are looking for that 14. Or
Perfect.
you can move up to double your speed and make a 60-degree turn.
So up to 60, right? And then kind of want to turn to there. If that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that's fine.
So we're like right on their ass, but not hitting them, and not in an area where we're like side by side.
Now, the
makes sense.
the better question is, if you look into pilot actions, would you like to be,
Oh, the one that's called like
or would you like to kind of be forward, bow, port side so that those port weapons could be used? Because you are skilled enough to make that happen. So you could effectively do 1, 2, 3.
with the large ballista and the large cannon. Yeah, I want to be like them on our port side, I guess.
Okay. So now the light. This is where weapons kind of change, since you are now pretty much right on them in boarding position. You can no longer use the catapult. So that means a minimum range of 20 feet to fire, as in, it just can't. You can't just shoot it straight down. But he puts you in a position so that you can fire the swivel gun, a light ballista, and a light cannon.
So we can barrage
So you can bombard.
or bombard.
we
is that
will
what it's called?
bombard.
Oh yeah.
All right, so that was Lucky's turn, and now it is up to the rest of you to figure out how to get your pluses onto those 3 weapons on the port side, and then either fire if the gunner does.
You have to load the swivel gun.
I like how the music just reverted back to C music after 30 seconds.
Dude, it's been doing that to me. I have no idea what's going on.
This is fucking great.
It's
Okay, so we
broken.
need
Very broken.
are we allowed to assume that the ballista and the cannon and the light cannon were both loaded?
Yeah. We're gonna go into every combat with everything
Loaded.
loaded on both
Captain,
sides of the board,
We
because
don't
I
need
feel
to
like
sink the ship. We'll sink all of our loot.
If we
We're not
do
gonna sink
enough
it.
damage to sink a ship, can we choose not to sink it? Is that possible?
you will have some time to. I'll give you a certain amount of rounds and maybe a couple rolls to see how much stuff you can get off the ship before it fully sinks.
Plus, you can
If that
swim
helps.
underwater, shark boy.
Yeah, but I'm
Also-
little bitty. I can't bring up heavy stuff.
Okay.
Let's see.
So here's one thing
You're
that
the
I
pussy.
want to do.
Literally.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna deactivate my overdrive and throw it onto the light cannon.
Okay.
That's one action.
You go ahead and roll for that craft check.
Lower the whatchamacallit while you're at it.
What if we use the cut
I'm gonna
in the cannon?
use a
Doubloon
hero
that.
point on that.
Yep.
Or doubloon. Oh, for fuck's sake! Fuck it. I'll use my other one. I got two. I had two. There we go.
I'll load
There
Ooh,
this
you
one
go.
you
on,
almost
don't
lost
worry.
it.
Okay. Overdrive is good. And then I guess I'll just use my other two actions to load the
Swivel gun.
swivel gun.
Perfect. Gears. What actions are you taking before everything is fired?
Okay, I'm going to run over to the light cannon. Use a potency crystal on it. That's not doing it. So let me- Light cannon. And then I guess I'll fire the light cannon if no one else is on it.
I'm bombarding. Don't do that.
All right, never mind then.
Okay.
Anything else need to be loaded we can use, or no?
think we
I'm gonna also
that's
run
it.
over to the swivel gun and use my last potency crystal on the swivel
Ooh.
gun.
Right.
I point
that'll be it.
directly. I point directly at their captain and I say, "I will kill him" with an intimidation roll.
Okay. The captain looks over, and as you bring your hand down to fire all the weapons, he takes his underwear out and starts swinging his white flag, whitey tighties in the air.
Are they a little brown?
They're a little brown, so it doesn't click right away for you. But we're gonna roll, and bombard is super awesome. So bombard is going to be one attack roll, adding all of the circumstance modifiers to
Oh my
all of the
God, we're
siege
gonna sink the
engines
ship.
you are doing.
Holy
So
smokes!
tell me what to
1, 2, 5. So you will
I
have
am assisting.
a
As
Why do you want to sink?
plus 20.
It's only a +1.
say, are you getting my
What is it,
artillerist
1d20?
dedication in there too?
That is in there as well. So it'll be plus
Okay.
RD 20 plus 20. Is
Is he,
an
he's
instant
taking out
hit.
the mask.
Plus 20, that's it?
That's
That is-
it.
Well, we did more before.
Well, that fires all the weapons though. So that
Oh,
is
that's just to hit it. Okay. That's
yeah.
just to
That's
hit, not the
so
damage.
the
I got you.
bombard is one attack roll for
Yeah.
all of the things you're firing.
Okay. Well, I got a 34, so I think they're in a bit of trouble.
Okay.
You're firing at the mask to slow them down, right?
I'm shooting at the captain.
So now
Kill him.
damage damage works a little bit different. It's not all of the weapons. Like we're not going to roll 20 dice.
Mhm.
How it
Aw.
works is it takes the lowest dice in
The
the siege engines, and then we're gonna do let's see. So let's see.
2044.
Not quite that much. I'm just trying to see which one. So the ballistas are D10 and the cannon is okay, they're all D10, so that's fine. So we will then
Well,
do
the swivel gun is
oh, it's D4,
D4s.
yeah. So what we're gonna do is roll, and then you get that from that.
75
so that's
D4s.
gonna be 6, 8, 13 D4 plus 4.
Nice.
Suck it.
Oh,
35.
35.
All right.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
Bitch.
This ship is considered broken, as they are extremely damaged. And
Did I
they
kill the captain?
Yeah, you're pretty sure. It is, if you hover over it, it should say it is now smoking.
Oh yeah, it is.
And the white flag does raise of surrender.
Sandra, lower the boarding plank. We're going aboard.
All right.
Hey, Captain.
Aye, Captain.
All right. We're not going to do the boarding just because, again, I thought this was going to take up a lot of time, which it did. But the crew does surrender to you. Their captain is dead. Their first mate is dead. Their pilot is all dead.
I need the captain's body for a ritual.
Yeah,
my God.
the captain's body is there. It looks like it probably took a cannon to the shoulder. And Captain Wilhelm, what would you like to do with the survivors, or the now surrendered sailors? There is 10. There is about 12 sailors alive on this ship.
I think JJ walked the plank. It's underwater.
Passengers of 40. I look over. I stand on the deck of the ship above them, and I say,
Clearly, your captain was inferior to the power of my crew. Now, you wouldn't dare cross a captain or a crew such as ours, would ye?
and I'll kind of look around down.
I puff up my giant little chest. Like trying to intimidate. Uh-oh, he's creating a
Uh-oh.
No, I didn't mean to click on that. Sorry.
I don't know what you guys are talking
Oh,
about.
it
You don't
just-
see anything.
And meanwhile,
It's fine.
like I'm trying to talk
Here's-
to the crew, and you're
Here's
just
just
raising me.
drags. Here's just drags the body off of the captain.
I was trying to read it. I'm sorry.
That's funny. Roll me an intimidation check. The DC is, I will tell you, very low because of everything that just happened.
I kind of nudged the captain. We could sell them as slaves.
Anyone who resists ends up like the captain. Captain.
Don't you think that? Don't you make the mistake of thinking that wasn't on me mind?
Okay,
You
just making
said-
sure.
Intimidate.
Yeah, and I'll give you the aid bonus from Lucky there.
And that's a +2,
+1.
+1.
Are they transporting any women?
I was trying to puff out my chest for you, Captain.
They look scared. I mean, some of them are bloody and beaten up. You know, they sort of, yes, yeah, of course not. Please let us take everything. Let us just sail away. You can have it all.
Who is the weakling that said that?
Probably the less beat up pirate. Looks like he was
Can I
probably-
eat him?
And I
An
see
officer.
who saw him.
Can I bite him, Captain?
He goes overboard.
All right, you-
I'd rather stab him, Captain.
I
The
wanna
captain
bite
said
him.
overboard. He goes overboard.
I mean, you can stab
Fall in
him
line
before
or
they
follow the
send him
man.
Yeah.
overboard. But you send him overboard and what?
I mean, you could poke him full of holes to make sure he sinks if you'd like.
Yeah, I poke him good.
Now
With my
there are
cookery,
now
cookery.
11 sailors, and the rest of them just kind of heads down,
I only give him a little stab.
waiting for judgment from Captain Cokenstache.
Now listen to me good. You're all gonna be shackled. And we're gonna take you somewhere, and I think we might make ourselves a pretty penny off of you. What do you say?
I look back at the rest of the crew.
They'll be
My crew.
prisoners with jobs.
Prisoners
Welcome
with jobs.
To
I'll
the
drink to that.
village.
Well, Captain, if we take their guns, we're gonna need more people to man them.
These landlubbers don't seem to be
The fighting type.
the
That's a
fighting
good
type,
point.
nor the loyal type.
Well, at least make them carry the guns over. They're heavy.
I just zoomed in on the other ship's token, and the cannons sticking out of the ship are ridiculous.
Oh yeah, they're like.
Holy crap.
They're like cartoony.
Yeah.
They look like old World
so
War
funny.
II German
Right.
cannon.
It's got 88s on board.
No wonder they couldn't shoot. It would have done more damage to their ship.
Oh my god.
Would have
so
shot
funny.
out the back, out the side.
How many cannons does this ship have on them?
This ship only has on the it has on the port side 1 ballista, and then on the starboard side 1 cannon.
Oh
This
god, they're bums.
This very much looked like a small, quick merchant vessel.
This
that-
looks like a victim vessel.
Yeah, that's pretty much what this was. They got some extra paneling and stuff. They seem like if you get these guys in open water with the oars, if they would have had really good wind, they would have outpaced you guys very quickly if they would have saw you coming. Because they almost did a few times, just in this
Did you-
combat alone. So they're very quick ship, very quick merchant ship.
Not anymore.
Yeah, but did not have too much for.
Did you ask them for the manifest, Captain?
Point me to the captain's quarters.
One
I
guy.
mean, your quarters, Captain?
That's right, you're me first mate.
Points to what is the remnants of the captain's quarters under the helm there, as the door is hinging, barely is pretty much blown open. All the glass and everything that was there is shattered about, but you can kind of go through and you realize that they have 4 plunder, effectively, is what was on this ship. It's a miscellaneous of trade goods and food. So
Did anyone loot the captain?
We got ourselves a
No,
good
you
haul
overboard.
there.
I have the
Captain.
captain. He's mine.
and then, as in stuff to go in the party stash, if you do loot the captain, I will put.
It'll all go in the party stash. I'm not.
Yeah,
Gonna,
yeah. I'm gonna
palm
just
anything.
add some coin that you find that would have been collected through whatever
Yeah,
you
but-
can get.
Is there anything special on him? I want a souvenir for killing a captain.
You can probably got maybe a pin or something like that that would signify
take
his
his ear.
station.
I'll take
Um,
his ear.
Yeah, but nothing magical. You can definitely have a totem.
I don't need an ear. I'm gonna make him a skeleton, hopefully.
But what are you doing with the ship there? Ship's maiden.
Loot and scuttle.
Captain, am I allowed to take these prisoners and lock them up and then heal them? Because I don't like seeing them dead unless it's by my hand.
Lucky, I would have you see to that faster than you wanted to. Now get to it.
Aye, aye, Captain. So
Pirates with a heart. Who'd
Well,
have
we should-
thought?
We should make them carry the cannons first. They're very heavy.
Yes. Carry the cannons over.
Lucky,
All the
wait a minute,
weapons.
not so fast.
Yes, Captain. I
We
turned
need
them
to
back.
take the cells that we can. Take any wood we can use. Take everything of value, and then I say sink the ship, Captain. But it's up to you.
I tend to agree, first mate. I tend to agree.
Hey.
All right, you
actually,
landlubbers.
I would also like to take a look at the panelings and see if it's something I might be able to take off and then reinstall on ours.
Or replicate.
So
Or
I would say
replicate.
anything like getting the cannons and kind of all of that, and maybe kind of the spare wood, which all of that is kind of included in, right? The
Mhm.
cannons you can put so in the inventory of your ship. I'm just gonna add. You have 2 light ballista, 2 light cannons now. They have not been attached yet. Doing any paneling or anything like that, you would have to dry dock both ships or not be out in the ocean to
Okay.
be doing any major work like that.
Can I do a reverse engineering thing and see? Let's see. Can I do a crafting check to see if I can, kind of figure out how it was put together, get some schematics on it to see if I can build something similar in the future, maybe?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a crafting.
There you go.
Yarr.
You think that you could definitely do something better now that you've kind of seen the idea where, on the aft of the ship, they just kind of almost added a whole like fender type thing in a couple areas. Now that you've kind of seen that in action, you think that once you get to port, you can definitely do something like that yourself.
Arg. They had a good idea with rookie's hands to do the work. Well, we'll take this and we'll improve upon it. Now let's set this ship ablaze and get to scooting.
Aye, Captain. I shoot fire lasers out of my eyes and set the ship on fire.
Yeah, you guys
yeah.
aim for a couple weak points, kind of right on the where the ship meets the water. Some oil and stuff on the ship, and you guys, as you are sailing off, watch as the black smoke rises and the Elton Bade sinks to the shackle.
Did they have any
I like-
rum?
That's probably included in the plunder. If you wanted to have a couple barrels, that's fine.
You're burning the
Yeah.
rum.
I like to think
That's-
that
I
I'm
wanted to make
that,
sure you
that
didn't burn the
Captain Cokenstache, as the least dangerous of the crew, is kind of like Nick Fury, and the rest of you guys are like the Avengers. You got who's shooting lasers out your eyes, another one who blends in with shadow, and another one who heals with his tongue, and I'm just like,
Do what I say!
And
then
you
I
have an
just
eye
said that.
patch.
Well,
I do
Captain,
have an eye patch.
you do have an eye patch.
And you are black.
Well, Captain, if you don't mind, I'm going to go make an undead. And I walk off, dragging the captain's body.
What was that? Oh, yeah, do whatever you want.
I would like to talk to the prisoners. Listen, if you do what we say, you won't die on the ship. We might kill you
Much.
off the ship if you don't. But at least now you'll be healed and you can live. But better listen to us. We'll put you to work. And then maybe we'll get rid of you. That's up to the captain.
Good job, Lucky.
All right. You know what, Lucky, make me an intimidation roll with that, or a diplomacy, whichever way you want to go. Make some sort of roll for.
Make a contradiction roll.
As in, maybe we'll kill you.
But maybe
Maybe
you'll
we
do
won't.
good. If you're not dead when we kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Lucky isn't a reasonable dog, okay?
Make a confusion roll.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll intimidation because I got like no diplomacy.
Oh God.
Got no intimidation
well.
either.
You guys get all of these prisoners, into the brig, so to speak. And Lucky, you're kind of attending to wounds, so nobody, bleeds out or anything like that, at least. And one of them, a younger kid, looks at you and goes, "Look, man, we're pretty close to shore. I saw the maps before you guys attacked. If you let me go, I'll tell you where there's treasure. I know there's treasure in the shackles. Let me
Yeah.
go to you loosen my manacles. And I'll escape tonight. But I'll tell you where there's treasure. Shackles right now. If you loosen my manacles a little bit."
I grab him up by his neck.
He'd be whispering to Lucky.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna before you said that, I was gonna say I was behind Lucky since his
Okay.
intimidation wasn't so good, and I was gonna roll intimidation and go like this to them behind his
me-
back, so they know actually meant business.
Roll me a perception as you're kind of standing there, stoically, kind of bodyguard kind of thing.
I see nothing.
Yeah, you don't hear that.
Wait, I haven't spent any doubloons. I will waste a doubloon on that because
You
It's
really
worth
want this.
I do want this. I wanted to intimidate the shit out of them. God damn it.
No, that's gonna be you're close enough to where if you failed, I was gonna say maybe you were kicking somebody in the face.
Yeah.
And just didn't overhear. But you're still kicking that guy in the face, and you don't hear the full conversation, but you hear this younger sailor mention treasure.
Yeah. Like I said, I want to grab him up by the neck and roll intimidation.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll that intimidation.
You're gonna tell us anyway, and maybe we won't go so hard on you. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Super cat.
he pees his pants a little bit as you kind of grab him by the neck. Maybe your claws are just digging in enough to have blood fall down his neck. Gypsy, stop.
Tell the dog where it is, or else.
Look, wasn't not too sure, but we were headed to Tidewater Rock. Supposedly, the people that
Son
live
of a
there are, well, apparently the woman runs the island is, rumor has it that she's looking to be courted. So we were bringing a bunch of trade goods to her, and our captain was going to see if he could court her. But somewhere nearby, it was Skinny Whale Island, just kind of in that same little area there. There's supposed to be, up on the top of the mountain there's supposed to be a old, I think, ogre or treasure or something, some sort of monstrous hoard left over.
Lucky, did you get all that?
Yes. What about this woman who needs to be courted? Does she like man's best friend?
I cut his throat.
And the rest of the crew that's down there is like, no, he was so young, just stupid. You didn't have to do that.
I
Hey,
push.
leave that body.
Well, they didn't hear what he told us, right?
At
push.
that point, he probably said it loud enough for everybody to hear.
Oh, damn. Now I want to kill all of them.
I pushed Jupiter. Hey, I was asking questions here.
But one of the older pirates looks over, but he's right. Our captain was looking to court the maiden of the island to maybe make it a base for himself. Or as the old saying goes, whoever cracks the rock will have great fortune and be famous, a famous free captain.
I go tell Moss all the
About
things.
the treasure on the other island behind it there, he said he knew a lot of treasures. Who knows, it could be true, it could be wrong, but I know the first part that he was saying was true.
I go tell Moss or Captain Cokenstache.
All right. Don't do anything else. And beware of that black pussy.
I didn't realize everybody heard him, or I probably wouldn't have killed him, but maybe I would have.
Now I feel inappropriate when I was just talking about the dog, or not the dog, the cat.
As you tell me all this stuff, I'm sitting in the captain's quarters, and I lean forward in my chair that reclines because it's a very nice chair. Even though my feet still don't touch the ground.
What feet?
Well, my foot, even though my foot doesn't touch the ground.
Singular.
I said,
Interesting. More treasure. Where's this young lad? I'd like to talk to him.
Oh, I killed him. I didn't want everyone else to know, but apparently he spoke loud enough that the rest heard him. They know as well, though.
And he was probably a little shit stain anyway.
Well, he was trying to use it to save his life and for us to free him and let him go in the middle of the night, so...
we don't want no cowards on board.
Exactly.
Well, you technically didn't hear him say that he was going to escape in the middle of the night.
I thought I heard all that.
No,
No, you just kind of heard him mention treasure, but
Oh, well.
Sorry.
Killed him anyway.
I would say you
I didn't know he was going to...
are smart enough to probably have assumed, after talking to him, that he was going to try to escape at one point anyway.
Scratch the escape part. He was a little weasel anyway.
Well, we want to make sure that we pass on the message that none of them can escape either.
That's what I figured.
Now comes the question as to how do we find this?
Well,
Perhaps
we were
someone-
going there anyway, weren't we?
Yes. But it seems as though there may be a lovely maiden who's
Well-
in need of some,
There's a maiden. No one said she was lovely.
well,
Then
that's
again,
a fair point. And we do already have our maiden. But
Is it
they do
mischief?
say Tidewater Rock holds secrets if you break it or something along those lines. And I'd like to find out what they are, just as I'm sure that you do too, do you not, Jupiter?
well, it would also not be nice to have a port of our own in case we need to take care of, and the ship, and a safe port with
That
allies.
much is true. We definitely do need a safe place aboard land to dry dock.
Although you may have to marry an ugly woman.
We'll take a look at her. I'll see if I'll jump on that grenade or not.
If it's ugly, send the dog.
I'm saying, damn it, you beat me to it. I was gonna say, and if she's ugly, maybe the dog will take her.
Hey, even better. To Tidewater Rock then.
All right.
I'll tell the dog.
And on the Two Tidewater Rock is where we today's session.
Perfect timing. 9:59.
Yeah.
Dun-dun.
Timed that pretty well. All right. Well, what did I know? It was our first sea battle, and still some stuff to kind of get used to doing. But what did we think overall? We like kind of
Went fairly smooth.
okay, cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's good.
kind of
Yeah. I thought it was good. A little bit of kinks we need to work out, but for a first try, very good.
It went better and faster than most actual combats.
Yes.
That's so true.
Yeah,
that's all I could ask for. And I
Dude,
felt
if
like
this was Savage Worlds, we'd be fighting for 4 hours.
Mhm.
yeah. That,
This ship is gonna soak that.
History liked it too. Hey, what's up, History? Congrats on your new position, sir.
Yes, welcome
Yeah,
to the
congratulations.
tabletop crew, and thank you. The sea battle was cool. Yeah, I wanted to streamline it a little bit. There's a few things I might have to pull over from the resources that I grabbed some stuff or rework some stuff, but for the most part, I think that went pretty well. I will probably add criticals to it so that there's more damage and stuff that gets added and things like that. But I wanted to do one kind of straight as it was to see what it kind of looked like, and I felt like it went fairly smooth.
It was nice not to have to roll a doubloon in combat for once.
You rolled one though.
Hit every
Yeah.
time. No, I didn't roll
Oh,
in
that was-
combat. I only
that was-
rolled one with the hearing
Well,
the shit.
With that, let's go around the cast and let you guys watching what you're up to, where you can be found, what you got going on, all those fun things. Go ahead and tag the next person that you need last, and we will start with Biggle.
Okay. So you can find me on youtube.com/BigglesMets. It's the one without the underscore, or you can also find it at kick.com/BigglesMets. I'm even doing Rumble now. I'm so close to monetization on YouTube. I just need like 33 people now, I think. So help me out if you can. And then I have some tabletop stuff. I am trying to convince my friend to win the Goblin Slayer one so we can do games again on Wednesday nights. And then I talk about anime and stuff. Yeah. So I'm going to send it to that black pussy. JG.
Moss? Well, you black woman. Yes, you can find what's today? Tuesday? You can find me Friday night on Mummy's Mask over on the G&G Titties channel, where we will probably have the final episode if all things go well. So that'll be cool. See how that wraps up. See who lives, who dies.
How many
Et cetera,
final
et cetera.
episodes has it been so far for Mummy's Mask? I feel like it's
No,
been on
it's, this is the final episode. I mean, it should be the final episode. We've never gotten to the end before. This is the first time. And then after that, you can check out Kaiju Watch, my show with Caleb, on either my Rumble, which is Savage Talk, or my Kick, which is also Savage Talk, in the link tree. And then Sunday, please check out Riffs on my all my channels, including YouTube, especially YouTube, which we're trying to get monetized, where Mega will be there as well. And we will wreck shit, because that's what we do over there. We wreck all the shit, and it's fun. And then Mondays, Call of Cthulhu with the great Moss as the DM, where we have frustrated him for at least 27 or 28 episodes where no one has died, and we've all rolled negative whatevers every time, which is a good thing. And it's a lot of fun there. Check that out. And then back here Tuesday. And then I will pass it to the Mega Man.
Why, thank you, sir. So you can catch me here, obviously, on Tuesdays, on Sundays, on the Geeks and Gamers tabletop channel, where I play Norin Silver, the baddest monk in all the land, doing 120 damage with a foot, because I'm awesome.
I'm
And
so
on-
glad I got to slap the shit out of you with that ghost monk, though. That made me so happy.
I barely felt it. No, you jacked me up pretty damn good. And Melody had to heal me, and she hated it. But you can also catch me Sundays on JT's channel, like he said, playing in the Rifts game. Other than that, YouTube, Patreon, BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble, TikTok, you name it, I'm on it. MegaReacts. Check me out, and I'll throw it to Moss.
Yes. Obviously, here on Tuesdays over on Moonskull, I'm on Call of Cthulhu Wednesday after dark every other Wednesday, and then Saturdays I've got Star Wars going. Thursdays on Geeks and Gamers Tabletop for Monster Dragon Queen, and then also check out Fear of Ages Past on this channel. Very proud of that show. I love it ever so much, and I love it more and more with each episode. So go and check that out. Subscribe and like to this channel if you haven't already. Yeah, I'll go ahead and send it over to JJ to send us off.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for being here. We do appreciate it. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe, like the episode, and then if you don't mind, leave a comment after I end the stream. But I do have a question to pose for that comment. I want to know what you want to see from us more. Tales of the Dragon's Tavern is all about storytelling. Moss is doing the map making streams. I'm going to get back to doing some writing stuff. I'm thinking of doing like a book club type of video and maybe just kind of general story reviews of things. But I'd like to know what you guys would like to see based upon that. So go ahead and leave a comment about what you'd like to see from this channel, kind of just on the basis of telling stories, going over stories, and just general enjoyment of all that. But yeah, and you can catch me on Geeks and Gamers Tabletop on Thursdays evenings and Sunday mornings. We will catch you guys next time. Yes, I know.
Bye, everyone.